In today's hyper-connected world, are you ever really alone? Or are you constantly bombarded by a storm of notifications, messages, and the endless scroll? This is the story of Rohan, a bright 15-year-old who found himself drowning in that digital noise. Rohan's mornings always started the same way, with his phone. But from the moment he woke up, he was scrolling through messages, watching reels, and diving into the digital world. His room wasn't quiet. It was a symphony of pings, music, and online chatter. But underneath all that activity, Rohan felt a growing sense of exhaustion and anxiety. He was connected to everyone, yet felt completely lost. One evening, the pressure was really on. His exams were just around the corner, and he desperately needed to study. But his phone wouldn't stop buzzing. A friend shared a funny video. A group chat exploded with memes. Rohan tried to force himself to focus on his textbooks, but his mind was a tangled mess, constantly pulled back to the glowing screen. An hour passed, and he looked down at his open book, realizing he hadn't absorbed a single word. Frustration boiled over, and he threw his pen down with a clatter. Just then, his mother walked into the room, her presence a stark contrast to the chaos in his head. "Rohan," she said, her voice soft and gentle. "You've been glued to that phone all day. Why don't you go sit with your grandfather for a while?" "He's in the garden." Rohan sighed, the weight of his unstudied lessons pressing down on him. "I have to study, Mum. You know Dadu. He'll want to talk for hours." His mother offered a knowing smile. "Maybe," she said, "that's exactly what you need right now." A little bit of silence. Reluctantly, Rohan dragged himself outside. The evening air was cool and calm. His grandfather, Dadu, was sitting peacefully under the old mango tree, a cup of tea in his hand, watching the vibrant colors of the sunset paint the sky. The only sounds were the gentle chirping of birds returning to their nests. It felt like a different world. "Ah, there you are," Dadu said warmly, patting the empty space on the bench beside him. "Sit down, Beda. Tell me, how's the studying going?" Rohan let out another heavy sigh, the kind that carried all his worries with it. "Not good, Dadu. I just can't concentrate. My head feels ... full all the time." His grandfather nodded slowly, a look of deep understanding in his eyes. "You know," he began, "when I was your age, we didn't have phones or this constant noise you have now, but we still had our own worries, our own distractions. The difference was we knew how to be quiet." Rohan frowned. "Quiet. How can just being quiet help with anything?" Dodu's smile widened. "Close your eyes for a moment," he instructed. "Listen. But don't listen to your phone or to people talking. Just listen to the world around you." Rohan felt a little silly, but he closed his eyes anyway. At first, his mind was still racing, filled with thoughts about his exams and the messages he was missing. But as he sat there, he slowly began to notice other things. The rhythmic chirping of crickets starting their nightly song, the soft rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze, And underneath it all, the steady, slow rhythm of his own breathing. For the first time all day, a sense of stillness washed over him. His mind, which had been a frantic whirlwind, began to settle. After a few minutes that felt both long and short, Dedu asked, "What did you hear?" Rohan opened his eyes, feeling surprisingly refreshed. "Just sounds," he replied, a little uncertain, but it felt peaceful. "That, my boy Dadu," said with a warm glow in his voice, "is called mindfulness. It's the simple act of being fully present in the moment. When you learn to quiet your mind, you start to see everything more clearly, your thoughts, your feelings, and even your goals." That night, when Rohan returned to his desk, something had shifted. Before opening his textbook, he made a conscious choice. He turned his phone off completely. He took 3 slow, deep breaths, just like he had in the garden, and then he focused only on his books. The difference was astonishing. The words on the page weren't just a blur anymore. His thoughts were sharp and clear. The heavy weight of stress felt noticeably lighter. In the weeks that followed, Rohan started making small but powerful changes. He began a new habit: journaling. Every night before bed, he'd write down what went well that day, what challenges he faced, and what he was thankful for. It helped him process his thoughts instead of letting them swirl around in his head. He also started each morning with 10 minutes of silence, just breathing and listening, grounding himself before the day began. The results were undeniable. His grades started to climb, but that was just the beginning. The real transformation was on the inside. He felt calmer, more centered, and genuinely happier. The constant anxiety that had been his shadow for so long began to fade. His parents noticed the change too. "You seem different these days, Rohan," his mother commented one evening, a happy surprise in her voice. "More like yourself." Rohan smiled, a real, genuine smile. "I learned to listen to the silence," he told her. One evening, Rohan found himself sitting with his grandfather under the mango tree again, watching another beautiful sunset. "Dadu," he said, "I think I finally understand. When I quiet my mind, everything else just feels lighter, easier." His grandfather placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "Exactly, Beta. A calm mind makes clear decisions. The world will always be noisy, but you must remember that peace is always waiting for you. Right inside yourself." The lesson from Rohan's story is one we can all learn from. True peace and clarity don't come from scrolling through endless feeds, comparing our lives to others, or rushing from one distraction to the next. It comes from stillness. It comes from taking a moment to breathe, to reflect, and to reconnect with the real world around us and the quiet world within us. Technology is a powerful tool, but we must use it wisely. Take care of your mind. Find your moments of silence. Because a quiet heart has the strength to face even the loudest world. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that helps you find peace in a busy world. We'll see you in the next one.